She confessed, "I have a criminal record for theft, but it's sealed." I said, "Whatever." Then I noticed cash missing from my business. I didn't ask her. I called the district attorney to unseal her record and pressed charges. She went from sealed to sentenced in a week. I, 31 male, own a small coffee shop. Nothing fancy, just a neighborhood spot that does decent business. Been open for 3 years, finally turning a real profit. Met my girlfriend, 28, about 7 months ago through a mutual friend. Things moved fast. She was funny, smart, seemed responsible. We'd been dating for maybe 2 months when she dropped the bomb one night over dinner. "I need to tell you something," she said, looking nervous. "I have a criminal record." My stomach dropped. For what? Theft. From a retail job when I was 22. I was stupid and desperate, and I stole from the register. Got caught, pleaded guilty, did community service and probation. The record got sealed after I completed everything. I sat there processing. 6 years ago, she did her time, completed probation, got it sealed. People make mistakes when they're young, right? "Okay," I said. "Thanks for telling me. I appreciate the honesty." She looked relieved. "You're not upset?" "It was 6 years ago. You paid your debt. It's sealed. We're good." She teared up a little. Said I was the first person who didn't immediately dump her after finding out. We moved forward. Fast forward 4 months. She's basically living at my place, keeps clothes there, stays over most nights. We're not officially moved in together, but close enough. 3 weeks ago, I noticed something weird at the shop. I do my books every Sunday night. It's tedious but necessary. The cash deposits weren't matching the register totals. First week, I was short $180. Figured maybe I miscounted. Maybe one of my 2 employees rang something up wrong. Happens occasionally. Next week, short $220. Week after that, $195. I started paying closer attention. My employees are solid. One's a college student who's been with me since I opened. The other's a retired teacher who works mornings for something to do. Neither of them had access to my office safe where I keep the cash before bank runs. But my girlfriend did. I'd given her the combination months ago in case of emergency. I didn't want to believe it. Couldn't be her, right? She told me about her past. She was reformed. She wouldn't. But I'm not stupid. Last Sunday I installed a hidden camera in my office, one of those tiny ones that looks like a USB charger, pointed right at the safe. Tuesday afternoon, she came by the shop, said she wanted to grab lunch nearby and thought she'd say hi. I was out front dealing with a rush. She went to my office to use the bathroom. Checked the camera footage that night. Clear as day. She punched in the safe code, took $200 from the deposit bag, stuffed it in her purse, closed everything up. Took maybe 45 seconds total. I sat there watching the video on repeat. My hands were shaking, not from sadness, from pure rage. Wednesday morning, I didn't confront her. Didn't say a word. I called my lawyer buddy instead. "Can sealed records be unsealed?" I asked. "Depends. Why?" I explained everything. The confession, the missing money, the video evidence. He got quiet. Sealed records can be unsealed if there's evidence of a new crime, especially if it shows a pattern of behavior. You need to call the DA's office and file a police report. Thursday, I did exactly that. Filed a police report showing the video evidence, the discrepancies in my books, documented everything. The detective who took my statement was a regular customer. He knew my shop, knew I kept good records. "How much total are we talking?" he asked. "About $600 over 3 weeks that I can prove on video. Probably more before that I can't prove." He nodded. "And she has a prior for theft?" "Sealed record, retail theft, 6 years ago." "I'll talk to the DA. This is a clear pattern. They'll probably want to unseal the prior to show repeat offender status." Friday afternoon, the DA's office called me. They were filing charges, theft by employee. Even though she wasn't technically an employee, she had authorized access, and they were petitioning to unseal her prior record to establish pattern. "How long until she knows?" I asked. "We'll have a warrant issued Monday. She'll be arrested probably Tuesday." I hung up, felt weirdly calm. Friday night, she came over like normal, talking about her day, asking about mine, acting like everything was fine. I ordered pizza, watched a movie, went to bed. Didn't say a single word about any of it. Update 1 week later. Holy crap, this exploded. To answer some questions, yes, this is real. No, I didn't feel bad. Yes, she got arrested. Tuesday morning, I was at the shop when my phone rang. Her best friend. "What did you do?" she screamed. "I'm working. What's going on?" "The cops just arrested her at work. In front of everyone, she's calling me from jail saying you had her arrested." "What the hell? She stole from my business. I have video evidence." I pressed charges. "Over a few $100s? Are you insane?" Theft is theft. She has a prior record for the same thing. She didn't learn. Not my problem anymore. "You vindictive piece of..." I hung up, blocked the number. An hour later, her mother called. Different approach. "Please," she was crying. "Please drop the charges. She made a mistake. She has a problem. She needs help, not jail." "A problem?" She has a shopping addiction. Online shopping. She was in debt and desperate. It was wrong, but she's not a criminal." "She literally is a criminal. Convicted 6 years ago. Did it again. That makes her a repeat offender." "The first time was sealed. Nobody was supposed to know." "That's not how it works when you commit the same crime again. The DA unsealed it. Shows a pattern." "You called the DA? You went out of your way to ruin her life?" "I went out of my way to protect my business and hold someone accountable for theft. She ruined her own life by stealing. Again." Her mother started sobbing. "She could go to prison, real prison, for years. Should have thought about that before she stole from me. How can you be so cold? She loved you. She loved my money more. We're done here." I hung up. Blocked that number too. Wednesday, her father showed up at my shop. Big guy, trying to be intimidating. "We need to talk. Outside. We can talk right here. I'm working." "You're destroying my daughter's life over pocket change. Your daughter stole from my business repeatedly after I trusted her. That's on her. She paid you back." "What?" "She was planning to pay you back. She just needed time." I actually laughed. "She never said a word to me, never asked to borrow money. She just stole it. That's not planning to pay me back, that's theft." "We'll pay you back right now. Double. Just drop the charges." "Can't drop criminal charges. That's up to the DA." And I gave my statement. "I testified to the grand jury yesterday. They indicted her. It's out of my hands." His face went red. "You testified?" "Yup. Showed the video, showed my books. They indicted her on 3 counts of theft and 1 count of accessing a secure area without authorization. Her prior got unsealed. She's looking at serious time." "You son of a..." My employee called from behind the counter. "Sir, you need to leave or I'm calling the police." He pointed at me. "This isn't over." "Actually, it is. Get out of my shop." He left. I installed better security cameras that day. Full coverage, not taking chances. Thursday, I got a letter in the mail from her attorney, trying to negotiate. "My client is willing to plead guilty to misdemeanor theft in exchange for your cooperation in requesting leniency from the court. She will pay full restitution plus damages. She asks that you consider the impact of a felony conviction on her future employment." I called my lawyer buddy. "They want me to ask for leniency?" He laughed. "You don't have to do anything. The DA's office is handling this. They don't need your permission to prosecute. You can submit a victim impact statement if you want, but you're under no obligation to ask for leniency." "What do you think I should do?" "What do you want to do?" I thought about it. The betrayal. The lying. The fact that she did this before and clearly didn't learn. The fact that she showed no remorse, didn't even try to apologize or come clean, just kept stealing until she got caught. I want her to face the consequences of her actions. Then tell her lawyer to pound sand. I replied to the letter. Short and sweet, I will not be requesting leniency. I will submit a victim impact statement detailing the financial and emotional harm caused by your client's actions. She is a repeat offender who showed no remorse and continued stealing even after I trusted her with my business. She deserves whatever sentence the court deems appropriate. Sent it certified mail. Friday night, her best friend somehow got my new number. Called me from a blocked number. "You're a monster. She's on suicide watch in jail." Suicide watch. "Are you happy now?" "She's in jail because she's a thief. That's not my fault." "She loved you. She made a mistake." "She made a series of deliberate choices to steal from me over 3 weeks. That's not a mistake. That's a crime spree. You could have just talked to her." "And what? Give her a chance to lie to my face again? Give her a chance to manipulate me into dropping it? Nah, I did this the right way. Evidence, police, courts, that's how it works. I hope you can live with yourself. I sleep fine. She's the one who stole. She's the one in jail. She made her choices. Click. Blocked that number too. The preliminary hearing is Monday. My lawyer says with the video evidence and the unsealed prior, she's probably going to take a plea deal. The DA offered her 3 years with possibility of parole after 18 months, or risk trial, and potentially get 5 to 7. We'll see what she chooses. Update 2. 2 weeks later. Alright, final update because this wrapped up faster than expected. The preliminary hearing was Monday, like I said. I showed up to give my victim impact statement. Sat in the courtroom waiting. She was brought in wearing jail orange, looked rough, lost weight, hair a mess, no makeup, saw me and started crying immediately. Her attorney tried to get the hearing postponed, claiming she needed more time to prepare. Judge denied it, said they'd had plenty of time. DA presented the evidence, video footage of her stealing from my safe, my testimony about the missing money. Bank records showing my deposits were short. Documentation of her prior sealed conviction that was now unsealed, showing the same MO, stealing from an employer place she had authorized access. Her attorney argued she had a shopping addiction and needed treatment, not prison. Claimed she was remorseful and had been planning to pay me back. The judge asked her directly, "Did you tell the victim you were taking this money?" "No, Your Honor." "Did you ask to borrow it?" "No, Your Honor." "Did you leave a note and I owe you anything indicating you intended to return it?" Silence. "That's what I thought. This isn't borrowing, this is theft." Her attorney then tried a different tack. Started talking about how I set her up by giving her access to the safe, how I entrapped her by not securing my business properly. The judge shut that down fast. Counselor, the victim had no duty to protect his property from someone he trusted. Your client had a duty not to steal. She failed that duty. Next argument. They went back and forth for a while. Then the DA presented the plea offer. 3 years, 18 months minimum before parole eligibility, full restitution of $600 plus court costs, 5 years probation after release. Her attorney asked for time to discuss with his client. Judge gave them 15 minutes. They came back. She took the plea. Judge accepted it, set sentencing for 2 weeks out, and remanded her back to custody. As they led her out, she looked at me, mouthed, "I'm sorry." I didn't react, just sat there. Her mother was in the courtroom, came up to me afterward. "I hope you're satisfied. You've destroyed her life. She destroyed her own life twice. She made a mistake. She committed a crime, got convicted, did it again, got convicted again. That's not a mistake, that's a pattern. She needed help, not prison. She needed to not steal from people who trusted her. She had 6 years to get help after her first conviction. She chose to steal again instead. That's on her." Her mother started crying. "She was doing so well. She was happy. You ruined everything. I didn't steal from myself. She did that. I hope you can sleep at night knowing you sent someone you supposedly loved to prison. I sleep fine. I'm not the thief." She walked away, sobbing. Sentencing was this past Thursday. I submitted my victim impact statement in writing. The defendant betrayed my trust in the most fundamental way. She knew about my business, my struggles to build it, how hard I worked to make it successful. She had access to my office and my safe because I trusted her. She repaid that trust by stealing from me repeatedly. This is not her first offense. She was convicted of the exact same crime 6 years ago. She learned nothing from that experience. She is a repeat offender who shows a pattern of stealing from people and places that trust her. I am not asking for maximum sentencing, but I am asking that the court impose a sentence that reflects the seriousness of her actions and protects future potential victims from someone who clearly has not learned from past mistakes. I have lost not only money but also my ability to trust people. I second-guess every employee, every person who comes into my shop. That damage is real and lasting. The defendant made her choices. She should face the full consequences of those choices. Judge read it in court, looked at her. "Do you have anything to say before I impose sentence?" She stood up crying. "I'm so sorry. I have a problem. I need help. I know what I did was wrong. I was going to pay him back, I swear. I just needed time. I didn't mean to hurt him. I loved him. I love him. Please, I'll do anything. I'll go to treatment. I'll pay him back. Anything. Just please don't send me to prison." Judge was unmoved. You had 6 years to get treatment. You had 6 years to learn from your first conviction. Instead, you targeted someone who trusted you and stole from his business. This court sees no evidence that probation or treatment alone would protect the public from your behavior. I hereby sentence you to 3 years in state prison, with eligibility for parole after serving 18 months. You will pay full restitution of $600, plus court costs of $1,200. Upon release, you will serve 5 years of supervised probation with mandatory theft counseling and prohibition from employment in any position involving cash handling or financial access. This sentence is to run consecutive to any violations of your previous probation, which this court is noting for the record. Wait, what? Violations of previous probation? Turns out, part of her sealed plea deal 6 years ago included a 10-year probationary period where any new theft conviction would result in additional time. Nobody caught it until now. The judge added another 18 months for the probation violation. Total, 4.5 years in state prison. Minimum 3 years before parole. Her mother screamed. Her father stood up shouting. Security had to escort them out. She just collapsed, had to be carried out by the bailiffs. I sat there feeling nothing, not happy, not sad, just done. Her attorney tried to approach me after. My client would like to apologize personally, and no, we're done. She's going to prison. That's the end of it. She's willing to pay you back immediately if the restitution is court-ordered. I don't need anything else from her, ever. I left the courthouse, went back to my shop, made coffee, served customers, went home. Final update, 1 month later. Writing this as a final wrap-up since people keep messaging asking what happened. She's in state prison, started her sentence 3 weeks ago. I got a restitution check from her family for $600 plus the court costs. Cashed it, moved on. Her mother sent me one final letter. I'll summarize. I'm a vindictive monster who destroyed a young woman's life over a small amount of money. I should be ashamed. She hopes karma gets me, the usual. I didn't respond. Threw the letter away. Her best friend posted a long rant on social media about me. Didn't tag me, but everyone knew. About how I set her up and went nuclear over a small mistake. How I could have just talked to her. How I'm a heartless, cruel person who enjoys seeing people suffer. A bunch of people who actually know me responded. Pointed out that stealing $600 from a small business isn't a small mistake. That she's a repeat offender. That I had every right to press charges. The friend doubled down, said I was traumatizing my ex by prosecuting her. That I should have just let it go. One of my regulars commented, so if someone steals from you repeatedly, you should just let them? That's not how the world works. Actions have consequences. She stole, she got caught, she's facing consequences. That's justice, not trauma. The thread got locked. I never responded to any of it. The shop is doing fine. Better than fine, actually. I'm less stressed, more focused. Hired a new part-time employee to replace the hours my ex used to hang around. Changed the safe combination. Added more security cameras. Instituted a new policy. Nobody but me has access to the office safe. Period. My employees have been great. They know what happened. Small neighborhood, word spreads. They've been extra vigilant, extra supportive. Business is actually up. Apparently people respect an owner who doesn't let themselves get walked on. I went on a few dates. Nothing serious yet. Trust issues are real, not gonna lie. First date question is, now, do you have any criminal convictions I should know about? Half joking, half not. My lawyer buddy says she'll probably apply for parole after 18 months on the theft charge, 3 years on the probation violation. Might get out in 2 to 3 years with good behavior. I don't care. She's not my problem anymore. Someone asked if I feel guilty. Honest answer? No, not even a little bit. She had 6 years after her first conviction to get help, to change, to become a better person. Instead, she found someone who trusted her and stole from him. That's not a mistake. That's not an addiction. That's a choice. A series of choices. She chose to steal. She chose not to come clean. She chose to keep stealing. She chose to lie. She chose to play the victim when she got caught. I chose to protect my business and hold her accountable. Those are the only choices I made. The justice system did the rest. Some people think I went too far, that I should have given her a chance to explain, to pay me back, to get help. Those people can think whatever they want. They didn't have someone they trusted steal from them. They didn't build a business from nothing and watch someone take from it without remorse. I did what I had to do. Gathered evidence, filed a police report, testified honestly, let the system work. She's where she belongs. I'm moving forward with my life and my business. That's all there is to it. To everyone who supported me through this, thank you. To everyone who thinks I'm heartless, you're entitled to your opinion, but you're wrong. Having boundaries and enforcing consequences doesn't make you heartless. It makes you someone who respects themselves. She had a sealed record because she got a second chance after her first conviction. She threw away that second chance by doing the exact same thing again. Some people don't learn, some people don't change. That's not my responsibility to fix. I'm done updating, I'm done thinking about this, I'm done with her. Time to live my life.